When you think about going to the doctor, you'll immediately think of the waiting room. If you weren't, you're definitely thinking about it right now after I mentioned it. Anyways, patients spend most of their time at their appointment within the waiting room. To most of us, that doesn't sound like a fun time. Of course, a positive doctor-to-patient interaction in the exam room is necessary for a worthwhile experience, but the time that patients spend in your waiting room affects their attitude towards your practice as well. Hi everyone, I'm Matt Moneypenny, and today I'm going to give you tips to help improve your waiting room. Before we get started, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the button below. Also, while you're down there, hit that alert bell icon as well, so that when we post new helpful content, you get notified. When trying to enhance your waiting room, you should first consider your demographic. Not only should you think about your patient demographic, but think about who might attend their appointment with them as well. For example, a pediatrician will have patients that are children, but their parents will be bringing them to the appointment, thus waiting in the waiting room. Knowing what demographic will primarily come into your waiting room and spend the most time there if they're waiting on the patient that they came with will help guide you towards designing the perfect waiting room. So let's start with some practical tips. This might seem obvious, but make sure you have plenty of seating. No one wants to sit next to a snotty, coughing patient. Now, you don't want to shame these patients, considering they're coming to you for help, but ensure that you have enough seats so that everyone can spread out. Keep in mind the personal space diagram. You want people in your waiting room to be able to have as much as 4 feet away from one another if possible. Also, keep your waiting room clean. These areas are full of germs and visitors shouldn't worry about getting sick or picking up other illnesses. Make hand sanitizer readily available to avoid spreading germs. That's a no-brainer, and your visitors will appreciate that your practice prioritizes cleanliness. Sanitation is especially important if you have shareable items in your waiting room such as magazines, books, or toys. Speaking of shareable items, if you don't have them, get them so that your patients can stay entertained. If you have something for your visitors to do, it will make their wait time feel much shorter. Patients get frustrated and anxious when they have to wait for a while or when it feels like they're waiting way too long. So turn your waiting room into an active environment. Some items to include are magazines, books, toys for children, or TVs. Make sure to keep family-friendly TV shows on TV just in case you have children as patients or your patients bring children in with them. Children can be an irritation for other visitors as well. They're impatient, and if they whine, it can make the experience worse for other patients around them. It's also overwhelming for the parents too, trying to entertain their kids while they worry about their own appointment. So have items to distract kids so that can benefit everyone within your waiting room. Another way to improve your waiting room is by offering snacks or drinks. Even if patients decline the offer, it's nice to provide beverages or snacks if appointment times are getting delayed. Sometimes patients schedule appointments during their lunchtime, so they might be a little bit more hungry from skipping that meal. Providing refreshments will be an unexpected gesture that they'll value. Make sure that you clean up any mess that your patients leave and ensure cleanly packaging though, so that your next visitors don't think that your waiting room is dirty and to avoid spreading unnecessary germs. Our next point especially pertains to any patients who have to miss work for their visit. As we already mentioned, waiting rooms are more positive if they're an active environment. There are ways you can make it more active that especially benefit those who are missing work. All of your visitors will benefit and enjoy free Wi-Fi, but especially if they could use it to get some work done while they wait. You can even provide tables or small desks for them to work on if you want it to be really fancy. Finally, if your office gets behind on appointments, provide a way for patients to know how much longer they'll need to wait. Sometimes you can't control if appointments get behind. Someone may have needed more attention and time than expected. Patients don't like waiting long, but they get more anxious if they don't know how long they'll be waiting. Giving them a time estimate provides some peace of mind. You could tell visitors when they first come in about how much behind schedule your office is, or you can even provide a next in line sign. This way, they know what to expect and can relax a little bit. Your office can't always control how long patients will be waiting. They might be lucky enough to go straight back to the exam room when they get there, but often it feels like they wait longer than the exam itself. There are so many ways you can make these wait times feel shorter or make them a more positive experience overall. If you'd like to learn more about improving your healthcare practice's waiting room, reach out to eTactics. And you already made it this far into the video, so you might as well like it, share it, and comment below.